Hello everyone, today I will be sharing how I manage my finances as an international high school student. I will take you through my current budgeting habits and my financial goals and plans to improve in my future. So here's the flow of my presentation. We'll start with the introduction of how I manage my finances, moving on to my financial goals, my thoughts on my current finances or budget, an evaluation of my progress, which includes spreadsheets from the month of the end of November and early December, a new strategy for improvement, and last but not least, the closing. So each month I set starting budget at $50, and my main source of income is tutoring, which earns me up to $40 weekly for 2 sessions. My regular expenses includes metro micro transportation and gifts for my student, or it's a small gesture to maintain a positive relationship as a tutor and a student. I also receive pocket money occasionally, but it's inconsistent. I track my spending using electronic transactions and by keeping bills for cash payments. Currently, I don't follow a specific budgeting method, but I do prioritize essential expenses and I aim to save a portion of my income. So next is goals. My financial goals keeps me focused on my budgeting and my expenses. So for a long-term goal, I have to buy a house or shelter in the future, as I know house prices are expensive right now with the rate of inflation. The second is my short-term goal, which is to save for senior trip and college funds, which is coming in next few years. I mean my college part. The third one is to increase my monthly saving by spending less, and last but not least is to stay under budget, because this is very important as a high schooler if you want to save money for a college fund, especially. By saving consistently and even a small amount, I am gradually working to this goals. Moving on to spreadsheet 1, which is the budgeting for the month of November, because I start at the midst to the end of November, which I don't really have a huge expenses for. This is all I have for the month of November. I have 1 unnecessary items and a lot of wants. But then moving on to spreadsheet 2, which is the month of December, I have a new urgency, which is the urgency to take metro micro as my transport from home to school. So in the month of November, I have more expenses gradually as they increase in amount, and I made a few incomes too from Journey to Bethlehem from my ceramics pieces, and ultimately my UC application waiver fee and my pocket money amount break even, so I technically don't have any income that comes off my parents by this month. So overall, what do I think of my own finance? I think I've made a good progress. For example, I've increased my monthly saving from $6 to $10 by managing my expenses more carefully and to decrease the amount of wants. This improvement is small, but it definitely is meaningful, especially considering my limited income per month. However, I do still face challenges like inconsistent pocket money transactions, because I don't always check my bank's account, so I don't always know when I receive a pocket money. And also unexpected expenses. This month I had to use some of my pocket money for application fee, that is upcoming, which made saving harder, especially when I'm a senior. Despite these challenges, tracking expenses has helped me stay in control to know actually how much money I'm getting out of my pocket and how much money I can save from my upcoming pocket money. Moving on to the evaluation, Based on my progress, I can say that I've established a good foundation by prioritizing necessary expenses like my transport from home to school and tracking my spending consistently by saving all of the bills from the cash payment and to check on my electronic transactions. However, I haven't made a significant change to improve my budgeting yet, and I know there is a room for growth. Next, we have the new strategies. To improve my budgeting and reach my goals faster, I plan to adopt a more structured approach, and this includes allocating expenses, savings, and emergencies from my income, and then exploring budget tools or apps to simplify expenses tracking and planning. And then last but not least, to use the 50, 30, and 20 rule. So 50% of my incomes goes to my needs, 30% of my incomes goes to my wants, and 20% of my incomes goes to my savings or emergencies. Hopefully by the end of my journey until I master budgeting, I can flip all those things to 50% savings, 30% needs, and 20% wants when I make my own income in a larger amount. So in conclusion, managing finances as a student, especially as an international high school student, is challenging, but it's also a valuable experience. And although I haven't made a major change yet, but my consistent savings and checking habits have set me on the right path, and I'm excited to implement the new strategies onto the way I finance my budget. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.